As San Jose Sharks star Macklin Celebrini worked his way into the Hart Trophy conversation. Hey everyone, welcome into Off the Post. Rob Wong, joined alongside by Bruce Garrioch in Ottawa, Steve Simmons in Florida by way of Toronto, and Patrick Johnston in Vancouver. Well, guys, it's easy to be a prisoner of the moment when it comes to these types of things, but it's getting harder and harder not to look at the season Macklin Celebrini is having in San Jose and not think he's been one of the best players in the NHL. Patrick, we'll begin with you since you have seen him the most. He is now third in scoring. His Sharks team now in a playoff spot, just 1 point back of first place in the Pacific Division, which is pretty crazy. And, you look at where he is, where has he surpassed the likes of Nikita Kucherov, Mikko Rantanen to join Connor McDavid and Nathan MacKinnon atop the Hart Trophy ballot?
It's certainly, when you frame it that way, that is the way to ask the question, isn't it? Because we know that McKinnon's going to be there. We know that McDavid's going to be there. I mean, to me, really, the question is, has he exceeded Leon Draisaitl? And it's close. Like, the kid is incredible. I feel like we've talked about him every week here, haven't we? Just for one reason or another. It is remarkable how much he is that kind of player who can take over a shift. He has reached that quality of play, that ability, that strength. And that's what puts you in this conversation. I think he's absolutely in the conversation. I don't know if he can win it, but he certainly is in that range. I mean, obviously deservedly makes Team Canada for the Olympics. We saw him take shifts here. I mean, the Vancouver Canucks are not a very good team this year, so let's be fair here. But, the number of times that he was on the ice and he was head and shoulders the best player on the ice really stood out. And that's the kind of thing that I've seen from McDavid all these years. I've seen from Draisaitl all these years, and seen from Nathan MacKinnon all these years. So he is in the conversation. Whether he can actually get there this year, I don't think so. But certainly he is going to be in this discussion for many years to come. Don't you think, Steve?
There are 5 spots on your ballot.
Yeah.
And if you don't have Macklin Celebrini in one of those 5 spots, I think we should check our glasses and get them checked to make sure that they're working. If you saw him the other night against the LA Kings, those weren't just plays he was making. That wasn't just getting a point. That was making a statement and winning a game for your team. And that's unlike the Canucks. That's a hard team to play against.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a pretty good. It's not a great hockey team, but it's a pretty good hockey team. On his own, he won San Jose the game. So here's a 19-year-old doing what he's doing right now. He's going to the Olympics. We don't know what's going to happen in the final 40 games. There's a half a season still to go. But we do know this. 2 19-year-olds, same age as Celebrini, have won the Hart. Their names, Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby. It's pretty good company that even we're talking about him in this way. And I think if he goes to Italy for the Olympics and suddenly he takes one of those steps that you don't expect, he might come back thinking I'm the king of the world and then just start doing it. I mean, it is Nathan MacKinnon and McDavid's to lose right now, but Celebrini to me is number 3 on the list. And as they used to say about a record, with a bullet.
Yeah, I look at him, guys, and Steve, if you asked me to fill out my ballot today, I'd absolutely be on it. And because he's on pace for 120 points, he's in some pretty good company with MacKinnon and McDavid. He has certainly put his name in the conversation. I guess my thing is, and I want to see if he can get them to the playoffs, right? Like, it would be remarkable if he helped get his club to the playoffs at his age and what he's accomplished. And I look at Celebrini. I'm a little like you, Steve. He got himself on the Olympic team. There is no reason he shouldn't be on your mind for the ballot. And I look at him now as, how will he look after the Olympics? Because there's going to be a lot of hockey played this season.
Well, it's interesting now, and Steve brought it up, and so did you, Bruce. This guy is going to the Olympics, and maybe a year ago we weren't even really considering him to be a part of this team. But when you look at what he did,
more so McDavid, weren't we, Rob? I mean, we're thinking not McDavid, Bedard. We were thinking more about Bedard a year ago. Sorry about that. Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
You think right now, when they first mentioned his name as an Olympian, I thought 12th forward, 13th forward, 14th forward. Now you're thinking, is he playing with McKinnon or is he playing with
Yeah.
McDavid? Like, or is he centering a line by himself? Like
Yeah.
he can do any of those things. And can you imagine if he clicks with one of these stud centers? If him and Crosby click, if something happens between them, whoever it is, they're going to be putting players out there that nobody else can match. Forwards, anyhow, Canada will be putting out in Italy next month.
We've spent so much time, and I think rightly so, feeling anxious about goaltending in Canada. But the truth is, if you look at where we're still producing all these stars as skaters, right? Like the Americans have a lot of depth. We talk about how far American hockey has come. But to me, a guy like Celebrini, I mean, even Bedard is a reminder, and you can talk about Gavin McKenna, but that we're still producing these high-end offensive scoring players. It's a great story. You're absolutely right, Steve. You think about who he could play with. It's amazing. I mean, imagine him playing with Connor McDavid, right? Like, there's not a lot of guys that can keep up. This kid can keep up. And it's not just a case of being able to keep your stick on the ice. It's what can he do to spring Connor McDavid? Is he going to be able to make Connor McDavid or Nathan McKinnon? He's going to make both those guys better. It's an amazing thing to contemplate how far this kid has come in just a short time.
So I got the opportunity to sit down with John Cooper the other day and had about 20 minutes with him by himself. And I'm thinking to myself, what a luxury.
Name dropper.
Hey, the story was in the paper today.
I know, I read it.
You could have read it if you.
I read it. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Anyway.
And you're thinking, okay, McDavid is centering one line, maybe McKinnon centering another line. If you want to really be, stick out your chest on this, you could have Crosby centering another line, or you could have Celebrini centering another line, and that's not even where you're going to put Suzuki. And
or Horvat,
Horvat or Anthony Cirelli, who I think will be on the fourth line. But I'm saying you have luxury of, my God, do you have options here? I'm sure they've put in 1 million hours of trying to think, what is our best lineup? You could have your first two lines with McKinnon and Crosby together and McDavid and Celebrini together. And that, those are 4 of the 8 or 9 best players in the world. Because I still think Crosby's still of that level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, listen, I have to do this to Rob again, okay? Because we have someone in the sand, we have someone in the rain, I'm in the snow, and Rob's in the center of the universe. I need an opinion on this, and I hope you just didn't. I accidentally picked up a phone call while you were talking, Steve. But I need an opinion on this. The Senators are holding a bobblehead giveaway Saturday night, and the bobblehead is of Ridly Greig's empty net goal, which I've come to the conclusion I think is kind of dumb. Okay, but am I just being a grumpy old man?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
I just want to make sure I just think I'm being the wrong, because I'm usually more fun than this. And then at first I thought it was fun. Now I think it's dumb. I could switch to fun to more.
You need more beach time, Bruce, is what it is.
I don't
Go
know
visit
what's
Steve, spend some time on the beach.
The elbow room is waiting for you, Bruce, by the way. I was there the other day.
Yeah.
There's
Oh
Boom.
my gosh.
Didn't get an answer.
I'm gonna check the live cameras to see if you're there every night.
Funny. It's very funny that what they're doing, considering they're 15th in the conference. You wouldn't think they'd have much of a sense of humor when that team that everybody was expecting to be on the rise is barely, treading water right now. So give them credit for having at least a sense of humor in really the worst of circumstances.
Rob, we have to go to the center of the universe
together. I was talking to Adam Gaudette, former senator, former Canuck, former what have you.
Yeah.
First of all, I said, "What's wrong with these senators?" He goes, "Well, they missed the hockey god." That's his. But no, with seriously,
no, that's a given.
Yeah, no, but I asked him about Celebrini. He said just the way the kid does stuff in tight spaces, the awareness, just the understanding of what is possible in tight spaces and the ability to execute. I mean, it is Crosby-like. That's the comparison everyone starts making about this kid. And that is why he is in this discussion. He is, I think I already put it down. He is Crosby 2.0. Just the way he plays, the compete level, it's just absolutely sensational. To see what this kid can do, and I'm really excited to see what he can do in the playoffs. Right?
Maybe they should have done a Celebrini bobblehead night rather than a Ridly Greig scores into the empty net and fights your best guy bobblehead.
I do think they should send one, Rob. I think they should send one to Morgan Rielly, don't you?
Oh, Well, you know what's funny? I when they first put out the idea, I thought, okay, this maybe not the best idea considering what happened in the playoffs last year, some poor timing. But if they were ever going to do it, it would have to be on a night where the Leafs are in town. I think that's the only way.
Oh my God.
The Panthers are here. Anyway, whatever.
Can we
Don't really get the
please?
correlation.
Can we please leave poor Morgan Rielly alone? You know, this guy is getting bashed to death. And in fairness, he probably deserves
I've
it.
never seen this side of Steve.
He's one of the nicest people who's ever played for the Maple Leafs. I've been around this team 30-some years. He's as nice a person who I've ever seen. The only person nicer than him is his wife. And he's having a dreadful year. And he's had like 3 dreadful years out of the last 4. And I think what's happened is somehow somebody decided that he was something that he wasn't.
Yeah.
And now when he can't do what they thought he could do, everybody's jumping on him as, boy, we're going to kill this guy. He's one of yours, Patrick. He's a Vancouver guy.
Age comes.
I think the best thing they could do for Morgan Rielly is move him somewhere else.
Okay, this is not my fault, Rob, that this has completely gone off the rails. Okay,
Well, look,
sorry. This
Well, it has to become a
that is
not
not my
discussion.
fault. Like,
point, right?
yeah,
Look, I was gonna say maybe Steve was just doing his best Ron McLean impression and tying it all together. So I'm in Vancouver guy and Macklin Celebrini to another.
and Morgan Rielly. Oh my God.
Rob, I may hang up because of that comparison. So if the screen goes blank, right? Yeah, you understand.
All right. Well, if Ron's watching this, you know how to reach out to Ron. I did not make that comment. It was the man at the bottom of the screen. But that'll do it for this edition of Off the Post. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below for Steve Simmons.
Tell me about this bobblehead. Tell me, please.
Tell Bruce, is the bobblehead a good idea or not? You can let him know what you think. That'll do it for this edition of Off the Post.